Hello, Zebstrike Army. My name is Jacob, as always, and I'm the head coach for the Green Bay Pikachus. And this is the first round of the P4G Pokemon Folklore Next Generation playoffs, where we're facing ChoicedCJ, the head coach of the Baltimore Oriolus. This was supposed to be Friezlander and his Rotterdam Staraptors, but he wasn't going to have time to make the deadline or anything for playoffs. So we are facing ChoicedCJ instead, who was the last person, who would have been the last person in playoffs. So Lynx Forte and Kelly under the radar and said, hey, you can just replace him. It's not a big deal since we're not able to meet the deadline because battles are actually due today, March 4th. Sorry, April 4th. I don't know why I thought it was March today, but this is going to be a team builder. This will be going up the 5th. Battle will be going up the 6th. So that's really cool. Really going to be interesting. I'm kind of excited and nervous. I don't know how I really, truly feel about this team. But I think it's one of the best teams we could have made. Unless I'm missing something here, I don't really think that there's a better team that we could have made here, unfortunately. But nonetheless, hey, if we win, hey, we're moving on. If we lose, that's okay too. We had a pretty okay season, but I don't want to lose having a 3-game losing streak. I want to win this. I want to win this bad. That's what I want to do. I want to win. Win, win, win. Our goal is to win the championship, just like it is in the APA right now, where we're facing Kale tomorrow night. We're facing CJ tonight. So we got a lot of building going on. My own league and my league and Phantom Bases League, Tyler, aka Tyler, we already started up a league. We already have the coaches. We've already drafted. That'll be starting up in a month or so. So right when these two leagues end, those leagues will begin. So that league will be beginning. I don't think I'm going to be in another league besides that. But I just want to do the team builder for this before we do the battle later on tonight, because I'm not going to have time. I don't want to make CJ wait for me to do a team builder, so I'm going to do it before work today. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. As per usual, we're going to go over my team, his team, and why we brought the 6 that we brought. So let's get started, shall we? Make sure you check him out in the description down below to his Twitter and YouTube, as well as the other P4G coaches. Season's over. We're in the playoffs right now, so let's get started. So anyway, our team is as followed. We haven't done many team builders for this, unlike the APA. Mainly because I just didn't really get a great chance to do them. But we're doing a team builder for playoffs for sure. So let's get started. Our team is followed: Landorus T, Blacephalon, Tentacruel, Porygon 2, Mesprit, Alolan Executor, Mega Mawile, Jolteon, Umbreon, Mienshao, Omastar, and we have the Ground EMZ as our Z Crystal. CJ actually has the Flying EMZ, which makes me sad because I wanted that. Not a big deal though. I'd much rather have the Ground EMC for this matchup, so very happy about that we kind of have Ground EMC this matchup. Anyway, we have Tapu Koko, Volcanion, Alolan Muck, Chestnut, Seismitoad, Musharna, Mega Scizor, Salamence, Pelipper, Armaldo, Togedemaru, and then Flying EMZ, like I already stated, is CJ's team. So he's got a Raincore plus Salamence with Z-moves, and then he's got Tapu Koko. His team's kind of weird, but he's had quite an okay success with it. I think he's 6-5, and then his differential was 0. So sadly, he didn't make it even with a above 500 record. But not all teams are going to make it with a above 500 record to every playoffs. Case in point, APA with Panther, sadly. But anyway, so threats to I'm not that afraid. He doesn't really have too many threats to my team. Mostly, it's just Salamence is the biggest thing I'm afraid of. I'm not really afraid of his Raincore because Porygon 2, as long as we don't let it get poisoned, should be able to deal with that. Plus, we have Tentacruel for his Raincore. His Raincore doesn't really appreciate Tentacruel very much. Seismitoad, but if it's in the rain, if it's not water, Seismitoad's not really going to be appreciating the Scald in the rain. And plus, he's going to have to be physically defensive, or he's going to have to be mixed offensive with Earthquake to even do that much damage to Tentacruel, so as you'll see with our item. But Alolan Muck's not a huge threat since we have Mega Mawile and we have Landorus T. So I'm not too afraid of Mega Mawile or Alolan Muck. I think he still has to bring it because otherwise his team's already more weak to Blacephalon than it already is. But we have a way. We are bringing Blacephalon, by the way. But we have a way to beat that Alolan Muck on the switching and stuff. So I'm really not that afraid of a Alolan Muck, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. I'm not really afraid of anything. Like, I guess Mega Scizor is kind of annoying only because, like, the reason Mega Scizor is annoying is because it gets set up, like, but then Lander T can get an Intimidate on it and we'll be fine. Blacephaline can, unless it's an Agility Swords Dance set, which it would take a lot for him to get all of that all, like, set up on me. I'm not really afraid. If he was Agility Swords Dance, he would have to be knockoff for Blacephalon, and I guess Iron Head. That's what he'd have to run if he were that set. And it's not going to OHKO Tentacruel. It's not going to OHKO Landorus. It's not going to OHKO Mega Mawile. No, it can't. Nothing. That set can't really OHKO anything on my team. Like, so it's going to be kind of difficult for him to really set up. If I'm being completely honest, with a Mega Scizor versus my team. I guess the biggest threat is like Dragonite Salamence, which we have counters to. Not counters, pretty good checks to. And be a Coal Mine Tapu Koko, I guess. But then he can't really like nuke us with a Z move because his Z moves is Planium Z, which would be Brave Bird for him. So I think we have a really good team matchup here. But yet I'm still not very confident with the team I put together. I'm not quite sure why, but I just got that eerie feeling, I guess, in my stomach, or that pit in my stomach saying, something's not right here. I don't know what it is, and I can't figure it out. But I just haven't had a chance to really... I had a chance. I guess I've been playing Fortnite too much. I'm still not very good at the game. I'm like trash at Fortnite, but like I'm in love with the game. Like, I love Fortnite. I'm getting my ass kicked on a gamely basis, but I'm still having a blast with it. I just don't care if I lose or get, like... It's just such a fun game that I don't care. Plus, I didn't have to pay for it. It was free, so you can't go wrong there. I have to get better on PC. I've been playing a little bit on PS4 so I could... I don't know, because my computer's not the best and it lags a lot, so that's why I've been playing on PS4, because it doesn't lag at all. My PC, I need to get a better PC, or just, like, I need to just clean my PC out too, with like a, gotta blow out the fan and stuff, and probably it'll run a little bit faster, so there's that. Anyway, let's get started with the team builder before I ramble on too much. Basically, I wanted to build around Landorus, so we're going to go over the team, we'll get to our Landorus set last, but the Landorus set should be able to do really, really well for the team. It pretty much has super effective moves for every single Pokemon, aside from Mega Scizor, Musharna, and Seismitoad. Yeah, but it can nuke all those with our Z move. So anyway, let's get started. So we're bringing a physically defensive, mostly Mega Mawile. This will allow us to live a +1 Life Orb Earthquake after rocks, an Adamant Salamence, I should say, that is. It just allows us to live a lot of hit from a Salamence. So I think, was it that? I think it was that. Let me do a quick damage calc really quick. I believe that's what it was. Do not quote me. I might be completely just BSing my way through it. Why is this not letting me go to... Okay. I think the page is just taking forever to load, and I don't know why it was taking forever to load right there. Whatever, doesn't really matter. I just want to make sure that... Why is my internet going so extremely slow right now? It says I'm connected, so whatever. Mawile. We are physically defensive. 204. A Salamence. I just want to make sure I'm not talking my butt when I do this. But yes, Salamence, Adamant. 252. Earthquake. +1. No, it just, okay, just a +1 Earthquake that is not Life Orb, sorry. It's not Life Orb, just Adamant +1 Earthquake. But we can't live Life Orb or +1 Earthquake no matter what, so I just figured, hey, we'll make it so we can live after rocks, a +1 Adamant Earthquake from Salamence, because I thought that was a good thing to just make sure to live. But if we were to switch it into a Salamence, if he clicked DD, he would be at neutral anyway, so then we could Mega Evolve and be okay. But we have to be careful, like, I don't want to just switch stuff in. But I don't know. This has rocks because like I guess it was my most viable rocker here because I needed Lando to have 3 attacking moves and rock polish in order for it to sweep. I couldn't run rocks on that sadly, and I didn't really want to bring Mesprit because didn't really want to take on the Rain Core in the rain. It wasn't really the best thing to handle the Rain Core, so I just chose totally. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. I just was like against that, so wasn't the best. So no, not gonna go that route. So it was my best rocker here. Well, Omastar I could have brought, but if I was gonna bring rocks Omastar, I should have just tried to bring setup with ground EMZ Omastar or something, and then that would have potentially beat his team. Because like if I would have been able to set up a Shell Smash, I could have like set up a Shell Smash, and Earth Power, Ice Beam, and Surf, and that would do really good damage to his entire team. Basically, actually just win the entire game, except for Pelipper. Pelipper probably take a +2 Ice Beam after Rock. I mean, that's what I'd be EVing it with a Pelipper to take a +2 Ice Beam from a modest Omastar. But I don't know if you go that route. The reason I run ground EMZ is because for Pokemon like to hit Volcanion, really to like basically break through Volcanion, because otherwise that's pretty good Omastar check. Yes, we get Ancient Power, but it's kind of not that strong. It's only 60 base power, so I really wouldn't like that too much. And if Toad was like a defensive Toad with like Water Absorb, then Ursula's not going to be doing too much, and I don't really like that very much, so I don't want to do that. Omastar, I guess if he brought Rain, Omastar would be really good, but if he didn't bring Rain, it wouldn't be nearly as good. So I just went with Mega Mawile. Plus Mega Mawile is immune to both Alolan Muk stabs, or no, sorry, it resists Dark, it's immune to Poison. I thought that was pretty important. So he would have to bring like, I could see like an Assault Vest set coming, so he'd have to bring like Fire Punch, Ice Punch, and then Dual Stab, like knockoff Poison Jab or something like that. Because if he tries to bring like a Curse Recycle set, he's not going to have enough moves to hit my team. Knockoff Ice Punch will not hit Mega Mawile. Knockoff Fire Punch doesn't really do a lot to Landorus. So he has to bring Ice Punch, he's got to bring Fire Punch to hit Mega Mawile. So I just think that's the best route he should go probably here. So that's why we have the set that we do. I have Fire Fang for Mega Scizor, Iron Head for Armaldo, surprisingly enough. And just in case, so I don't have to miss a play rough, I was thinking about knockoff, but then I was like, we can live like a hit from Armaldo. We resisted Dual Stab, yeah, it'll probably run Earthquake for sure. If he brings it, which I don't think Armaldo's the best bring here, honestly, because Landorus can just set up on it. Not a good idea, I don't think. So I don't think he'll bring Armaldo here. Plus, it doesn't out like it in Seismitoad will not outspeed Flame Orb Jolteon. So it just, I don't really think Rain's the best alternative here, considering Jolteon can kind of beat his Rain Core by itself. I kind of expect a Rindoberry defensive Toad here more than anything, because it can kind of take on Mega Mawile decently well. Resist Iron Head, player. I'm sure it can make himself make it so he doesn't die to 2 play roughs. Especially with our set, he definitely can easily make it so it doesn't die to 2 play roughs. So I think that's important to run a Mega Mawile. Next up, we have a very interesting Blacephalon set. Now you might be wondering, he's got a Alolan Muk, why bring Blacephalon? Well, his team does not appreciate Blacephalon outside of Alolan Muk. Honestly, like Chestnut, like can switch into Shadow Balls, but it can't really take Flamethrowers all that well. And the honest thing is, the reason why I have Psychic on Blacephalon here is because if it's in the range, Psychic will do more damage than Flamethrower. Plain and simple, I need Psychic just on the off chance that that's what happens. So yeah, that's why we're going that route with Blacephalon here. We have just enough speed for its base 100. Who's his base 100 again? Salamence. Obviously, we're going to run enough speed for Salamence. Max special attack, a little bit in the defense, and then just an odd number of HP stat, because why wouldn't we do that with Blacephalon? Just in case he gets rocks up and keeps them up. His only rockers are Seismitoad and Armaldo. Armaldo, I don't really think is all that great here. I guess he could bring like an Assault Vest Armaldo. Like, he has to bring Assault Vest on something, or like, I guess maybe not Alolan Muk, that'd be the only thing. But like, if he wants, a check to Blacephalon. Everything else would have to bring an Assault Vest. Assault Vest, Seismitoad, pretty much. Because of respects, it's not going to be appreciating it at all. Assault Vest, not Assault Vest, well, I guess Assault Vest Chestnut to a degree, but Assault Vest Volcanion for sure. Assault Vest Armaldo. A lot of stuff doesn't appreciate Blacephalon. And once they switch in, we'll know if he's Assault Vest or not on any specific Pokemon. So then we can potentially just click Will-O-Wisp. We click Will-O-Wisp on whatever, pretty much, unless it's like on Armaldo and the rain's up and Aqua Jet happens. But more than likely, I would just click Will-O-Wisp on anything because that will allow my Landorus T to set up on certain Pokemon then. Especially something like Alolan Muck, because we burn Alolan Muck. He does have a Cleric in Musharna, but I don't know how viable Musharna is this matchup because of Blacephalon, because Mega Mawile could potentially have knockoff. Umbreon kind of just sits there versus it. It could potentially set up a curse. It can like Musharna will be not that great for him because Umbreon can kind of just sit in front of it. You would have like Calm Mind, Psyshock, and the fact that if you Musharna wouldn't be so bad, but if he brings Rain, Musharna cannot come, I don't think. Because we also have Mesprit who can set up Calm Minds in its face too, and I'm pretty sure Mesprit would win that war 1v1 because it has higher, well, it doesn't have higher special attack, but it just arguably would win, and then it would be more problematic for him. But I don't really think he should bring Musharna necessarily. It could come, but it doesn't really take his Shadow Ball all too well. Maybe he'll be Cassette Berry or something like that. But that's something I'm going to scout. I'm not just going to leave in Blacephalon. That wouldn't be very intelligent to me. But next up, that's our Blacephalon set. Just pretty generic. Well, what you kind of expect. We need a Colbert because I can burn Alolan Muck. If he clicks Knockoff, that'll do not that much damage because he's burned and our Clover Berry. If he clicks Pursuit, predict like, oh, that really will do nothing once we click Will-O-Wisp. I'm gonna prepare for Alolan Muck, obviously. But if he doesn't bring it, Clover Berry still could be kind of nice for something like like a knockoff from Mega Scizor would be nice for it, and then we could do a lot of damage to it. It could take a knockoff from Seismitoad if he predicts a switch out or something like that, like predicting Porygon 2 to come in or something of that nature. Like Clover Berries, it can be useful. Like if he brings Scizor, I think he's got to bring knockoff because there's another rain. He can live a flamethrower, and it'll be interesting. So that'd be cool. But next up, we have our Porygon 2. It's a mixed defensive set, mostly Spidef, as you can see, but it does have some physically defensive because I want to be able to live an Adamant or Lonely or whatever boosting attacking nature Z Wild Charge from a Tapu Koko after rocks. So that's what the defense is for. Rest into Spidef so we can handle like Calm Mind, Tapu Koko or something of that nature. And the sad thing is I don't think I can underspeed Musharna. I'm going to try, but I don't believe I can, sadly. Because otherwise that'd be really nice. So if he's not sassy, he's just physically defensive. Yeah, there's no way I can underspeed it. Yeah, there's no way I can underspeed it, sadly. That would have been pretty nice if I could underspeed it. But alas, I cannot. So we're just going to be getting normal returns to it and stuff. I wouldn't necessarily stay in. Because I wouldn't want it to set up. I'd probably go into the likes of Mega Mawile on it because it really can't do a whole lot to Mega Mawile unless it's like at +3 or higher. So I'm really not all that worried about Musharna, but I wouldn't stay in because of a potential Toxic. That'd be pretty silly of me to do that. I wouldn't, no, I couldn't do that at all. Porygon 2 has returned, Bolt Beam and Recover. Recover's obvious. Return is for a potential Calm Mind Tapu Koko. We need to be prepared for that. If it brings Calm Mind Tapu Koko, that's not good. We need to be able to do a lot of damage to it. And Return and Analytic will help us do that. I did want to run Download, but what if he's like purposely makes us get the special attack boost, then we're not going to be doing a whole lot to it anyway. So Analytic is just better overall here. Definitely. No doubt about it. No question in my mind. Analytic is the right way to go with our Porygon 2. Next up, to check a +1 Salamence and his Rancor all in one, is we have a Quick Feet Flame Orb Jolteon. Again, yeah, I know I brought this like 5 times this season. I brought this so much. But the fact we can switch up moves is really, really nice. We have HP Grass for Toad. Thunderbolt just hits his team overall pretty hard. Synchronizes for Tapu Koko. I don't really get anything that can hit Tapu Koko. Like Thunderbolt, I guess, might be doing like better more in the electric terrain, but I don't know. Synchronize is just nice in case it comes down to the last mons. The only thing this really can't hit all that hard is Chestnut, which I think he might bring, because he might think it's a check to a Landorus T, but it's really not. Once you see the Landorus T set we have, unless he's like Koba Berry Spadef, it's not really a check. And then but Chestnut still doesn't do that much damage back to Landorus, so it's really not a check at all, really. So unless he like clicks Toxic and relies Toxic Spiky Shield shenanigans, but I don't really think it's all that great. So that's really good. And I want once we get to Landorus, I'll explain more. But this is Jolteon. We have enough speed for a neutral natured Seismitoad in the rain. I don't think he would run Timid or Jolly or whatever, or speed boosting nature on Seismitoad. That's something I would just scout out, but that'll make it so he doesn't hit nearly as hard. And I think he'd want to hit as hard as he could if he were that, but I just have to play around that. I'm not just gonna keep Jolteon in until I kind of know the damage output. Like I'll switch into a Tentacruel or Porygon 2 on Toad, depending on. I'll probably Porygon. The switch into Seismitoad would probably be Porygon 2, because yeah, I would have to switch it in. Porygon 2 is my best switch into Seismitoad. Porygon 2 is really pressured here. It's got a big role that we need to play really well to make sure it stays healthy at all times. So we have Baton Pass to play around Pursuit on Alolan Mach, because I don't want Jolteon getting Pursuit Trap, because it's our check to Seismitoad in the rain. So we need that. Also, it checks +1 Salamence. Yes, Thunderbolt can't really, like, it can do a lot of damage, but it's not like HP Ice. But we needed HP Grass, otherwise Toad just sits there. Especially, Toad just kind of sits there. I can't let that happen, so we're kind of forced into running HP Grass with Jolteon. Thunderbolt will still do a nice chunk to Salamence, so I'm not really all that worried about that, so that's really cool. But Duress in Nepal just makes sense to do that. Next up, we have an Assault Vest Tentacruel, because it is another nice check to rain something like Volcanion. I guess he gets Earth Power, but we're still gonna chew an Earth Power. Plus, if it's in the rain, oh my gosh, we're gonna take Steam Eruptions. Fire moves do nothing. But it's a bulkier one. Say it's like sub-toxic Volcanion or something like that, which he could bring, maybe, perhaps. We have HP Electric to always break a max HP Volcanion. If he's like Spadef, that would really suck, because then we won't be able to break the sub in 1, but then he can't Toxic us, so he's not going to do any damage to us, so then I'm not really worried. But we have Rapid Spin, because he does not have a Ghost type, so we can immediately remove Rocks for Blacephalon, or even Landorus. I don't want Landorus taking damage unless we have to let it take damage. I'm gonna try to like get him like real good, basically first turn. But we have Ice Beam for Salamence, Rapid Spin for obviously using Scald for Stab, and then HP Electric to Pelipper for 1, and for Ice Beam, and to hit Volcanion too. So, but Tentacruel is just a nice solid pivot, especially with rain, just in the rain, which really nice. I think it gives you a 16th. Yeah, 16th, which is nice. But I'm really happy with Tentacruel. I think it should put into work. It has enough speed for, what is base 75? His base 75 is Mega Scizor. Just in case you decide, we didn't need that much speed. I just felt it was worth it like that. You know, just to run enough speed for that. I thought it was worth it in my humble opinion. But anyway, that is our Tentacruel. So that's really cool. Next up, actually, something that would be better. We can be bulkier, actually. Actually, no, we can't be bulkier. We would have to. By the way, 100 special attack is to break subs with HP Electric. HP Electric won't do that by itself. The special attack is needed. Fence is just there. But next up, anyway, like I wanted to state, Landorus T, like I've been talking this entire video, is our win condition. So it is highly important that we don't let this take damage. However, I'm going to try to play mind games first turn. I'm going to lead Landorus T. To make him think like it's scarfed or something, or to make him think that it's not our win condition. Because if I don't lead Landorus T, if I keep it in back all game, he's going to know, more than likely know, hey, he's leaving it back to try to win with it late game. So I'm going to lead with it. More than likely, I'll lead with it. Unless I like have a heart-to-heart and just like see team preview, I'm like, nah, I can't lead with this. But more than likely, I can lead with this. And that'll give him the satisfaction of like, hey man, is he scarfed? Is he not a win con? Like, we'll double switch out. We're not clicking any moves. We're just gonna immediately double switch out. We'll see though. I just want to see what he thinks his lead should be. Like if he leads Pelipper, I'll go to Tentacruel because I can't do much. If he leads Tapu Koko, we go to Porygon 2. If he leads Volcanion, we go to Porygon. No, we go to Tentacruel. If he leads Alolan Muck, then it might just click Earthquake because he's not staying in that. If he leads Chestnut, I want to click HP Flying, but I don't think that's correct. I think he would just click Spiky Shield because then we would be able to go into Mega Mawile, get the Intimidate on that again. He'd be at -2. Earthquake wouldn't be doing as much. Then we can potentially just get our rocks up. If he leads Seismitoad, we go to Porygon 2. Potentially, more than likely, yeah. Or Tentacruel, depending on situations. But I wouldn't, if he brings out, we go to Porygon 2 probably. Even without the Eviolite, we still can take on hits. I'm a dumbass. He can't run Z Wild Charge, Jacob. I just realized he can't run Z Wild Charge. He's got Flying EMZ. Alright, well this we don't need this defense anymore. Let's just go Spit F completely. How in the holy hell did I'm not used to the 1Z crystal rule, guys. I am not. I think what got me is I'm facing Kyle A. He's got Tapu Koko that can use Z moves, and I think that's what got me. I think that's why I legitimately thought, wow, I'm glad I caught that now. Yeah, well, we can just go like Spit F like completely, I'm pretty sure. Is that true? Yeah. We can go Spit F completely. Actually, now I'm gonna have to redo this really quick. What's not? Let's go to Salamence. Let's go to Adamant. Normal Salamence. Porygon 2. I'm glad I caught this. I don't mean to be calcing mid team builder, but I think I have to at this current juncture. Alright, Fly. +1 Z Fly. I want to be able to live with Porygon 2. Is that going to be the exact spread I need? It won't be after Rock Sally, but would he run Adamant? I think he should run Adamant versus my team. Ooh. Whatever. Okay, let's say he's Jolly. Okay, we need to run a little bit of a different spread. It's not going to be as Spit F. This is what we're going to run. Yeah, this is what we're running now. Because it allows us to live a Jolly +1 Z Fly from a Salamence. I can't make it, after Rocks that is. I can't make it, so I live an Adamant one after Rocks. But, hey man, it works. I'm glad I caught this before it was too late. But, you know, with our Intimidate mons, like Mega Mawile, well, normal Mawile first, and then Niners, I don't think he should be able to get set up completely. Speed, I don't really give a crap if he's, like, super speedy. He's not going to be having the damage output that he's probably going to want, so I'm not that worried then, because we have a lot of coverage on pretty much all of our Pokemon for Salamence, so that's cool. Anyway, back to Landorus. If he leads, I'm so happy I caught that. That would have been pretty bad. I guess it wouldn't have been that bad, but yeah, is right. But anyway, so if he leads Mega Scizor, I would get Intimidate, and I might just go into Cephalon, to be honest, or Tentacruel potentially. I don't want to get my Assault Vest knocked off though, because we do need that for Volcanion to a degree. I might just go with Cephalon, because would he really click knockoff on the Landorus T? What would be awesome is, I go into lead Landorus, he has Mega Scizor, I go Cephalon, he clicks U-turn, goes to Alolan Muck, I click Will-O-Wisp, and that Alolan Muck's neutered then, so that'd be really cool. But I want to just make sure that I give him that satisfaction of the doubt that he is not, you know, that we're kind of scarfed. I want him to think we're scarfed and not a win condition. Like, Scarf could be a win condition late game, but not like a setup Landorus T. So that's important. And with the damage output from Earthquake, he's going to see that, hey, at least he's adamant or naughty or lonely nature or something of that nature. So that's really cool. But Pelipper, I wouldn't stay in on and go to Tentacruel. Armaldo, I would get an Intimidate and go into Mega Mawile. Togedemaru, I would probably just stay in on because it's a Togedemaru, which I highly doubt he's bringing Togedemaru. So honestly, I really, really like this team. Landorus is a great win con. I want to make sure that he thinks we're not set up. That's why I'm going to lead with it. I think it's just the best lead. Gives him that satisfaction of doubt, makes him play a little bit different than he normally would have played if I didn't lead Landorus T. And then we bring in Landorus T late game, click a Rock Clash, and win the game. That is the goal of the team, and I think we can achieve that now that I'm really seeing how this team could work after I built it. I kind of just built it, and like I didn't really think too much about what potential leads could be. Now I'm talking about it in the team builder, and I'm getting really excited for the team and using the team. So I think it can really work out pretty well. We have a lot of, we have Spadef, we have like mixed defensive Porygon, Spadef, Tentacruel with Assault Vest. Not Spadef, but just Assault Vest, so it would be bulky. Mega Mawile, physically defensive mostly, and I think we can, I'm pretty sure we can win this game. And the fact that Muck is pretty much going to be just set up fodder, even with Ice Punch, we can set up a Rock Polish because his priority, I think Coco gets Quick Attack, but I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of priority on this team. Bullet Punch Mega Scizor, Aqua Jar Armaldo, and Quick Attack on top of Coco. If it does it get Quick Attack? I don't know. It might. And then Shadow Sneak on Alolan Muck, which he's not bringing Shadow Sneak. He's bringing Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Knockoff, and Poison coverage. He might no. I guess he might not need Poison coverage. He could go like dual Dark Stab. Like he could bring Thunder Punch. He could bring like Elemental Punches and like Knockoff. But he's not. He might not bring poison coverage. It really doesn't hurt our team all that much. He could bring like Curse and 3 attacks potentially, but then he gets 1 berry boost. Don't really know how viable that is. But honestly, like, he might bring Crunch and Knockoff because in case then he can hit us pretty hard, or Pursuit. We'll see though. We'll see. I think it'll be Assault Vest Muck, but we will definitely see. I don't think he'll bring dual Assault Vest users for sure. But anyway. This has been the team builder for the playoff matchup versus ChoicedCJ and the Baltimore Oriolus. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, Zebstrike Army, and we will see you tomorrow for the battle. Let's hope it goes well. We're battling tonight, battling Kyle tomorrow. Oh, we got a lot of battles coming up and a lot of big-time playoff action. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day, and I love you all so much. Bye-bye. Peace.